Keep it pyro.
Welcome back. It's Flip Life Radio. We got a special guest in the building, Miss Hindzz.
Hello.
Thank you for coming. You have asked to come through because I've been seeing you've been doing a bit of a promo run for a platform you've been promoting at the moment.
Yep.
Called
Ladies First.
Ladies First, which I found very interesting, and I thought it'd be good for you to come here and talk to us and tell us about it. So what inspired you to create this platform?
So I just feel like even in this day and age, women are not really speaking out as much as they should about certain topics.
Okay.
Whether it's because they're ashamed or they're scared of judgment or they just don't feel like they can. So I just created this platform not only for them but for myself to kind of give my side of my story on different experiences and kind of raise awareness, inspire other women to feel like they can speak out and just to empower women, really.
Okay. Wow.
And why can't men come on the show?
Because
Straight
it's called
away,
Ladies First. It's
How
called
come,
Ladies
though, fam?
First.
Ladies first. But
But what about man them second though?
I was going to say that still.
Do you know what? My friend said that to me the other day. My friend actually said that to me the other day. He was like, what about Mandem Second? I'm going to start my own show and call it Mandem Second.
Me and your brethren are both Cornish though.
Oh my God. Yeah. Do you know what's funny? You know, like when women do something, it's like men always want in on it, but it's like when men are doing things all the time, you don't hear women say, oh, what about us though? Why are we not allowed to do this? Or like, come on, man, just give us a break. Like,
Agreed.
seriously.
Yeah.
Agreed. So, what kind of topics are you talking about on there when you say stuff that you couldn't talk about anywhere before?
Just a lot of different things, like speaking on like body issues, social issues, mental health, women in the industry, all kinds of topics, like everything.
Since you touched on mental health there, because I had a thought about this the other day, because it was Mental Health Awareness Day or whatever the other day. I was doing a radio show that day where I was being interviewed, and it was a whole thing about men's mental health, and this is a big conversation that goes on all the time. And I kind of had this decision, like right in the middle of it, to kind of bring up some things about women's issues in the middle of it, with in a room of men who didn't really want to hear what I was saying. But do you think women can talk about mental health? Because there seems to be this whole thing that men can't talk about mental health, and all these men in this room were like, women talk to their friends, they can do it. They can talk about it.
I have a lot of male friends, and the majority of them suffer from mental health issues, and I'm always like encouraging them to speak to people about it, because I feel like men feel, I don't know, embarrassed or like they can't speak to anyone, ashamed, and it's so important for men. And I feel like society doesn't really help, because when men kind of speak about their feelings and stuff, people are always kind of like, man up, man, or you're moving mad, or why are you talking about? Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that's not right, because men and women are both going through this. It's a human thing. It's not a men thing or a man thing or a woman thing. It's a human thing, and we all go through it. And I always encourage all my friends to like speak to therapists, or if they can't do that, speak to their friends, speak to me, whoever they need to speak to, because it's really, really important. Mental health, men or women, it's important. Very important.
But do you think it's easier for women to talk about?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe women naturally like speaking about our feelings.
Okay. Feelings.
It's a natural thing, you know. But for men, it's like men just feel like, oh, I can't speak about my feelings.
Do women share with each other when they're having like mental health problems that are not normal? Like not just like, I don't know, like if you're fully depressed and don't leave your bed for 3 days, do you call your brethren and be like, yo, I didn't leave my bed for 3 days?
Yeah, I don't think they specifically say like, oh, I'm going through depression. I think they just kind of say like, look, I'm going through a rough time, or I'm not feeling too good right now, I'm going through something. But I think we're more likely to speak about it than men are. I could be wrong, but that's how I thought.
Yeah, definitely. If I didn't get out of bed for 3 days, I ain't telling no one. You mad?
Watching your other interviews, you talked a lot about the industry and certain jobs. DJing was one I see you mention quite a bit, and how it's kind of maybe harder for women to progress in those jobs. Do you think that's something that you've experienced in like wanting to be a presenter, and that's took you till now to kind of push forward on that?
I think as a woman in the industry, it's harder for people to take you seriously. I think you have a lot of proving to do. And I think for most of the years, that's what I've had to do, prove myself.
Yeah.
I think naturally as a young, attractive female, you kind of get overlooked a bit. And I'm not just saying about myself, I'm just saying in general.
Behave, bitch.
Y'all play too much. Yeah, no, like not just myself, like I mean in general, like a young attractive woman will get overlooked. Like they'll kind of just see her as, even with me, like I get asked all the time, like, do you want to be my video? I'm not a video girl. There's nothing wrong with it, but I'm not a video girl. That's not my job. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, put some respect on my name, understand what I'm doing, and holler at me when you're ready to give me an opportunity for what I do, not something else. And I think finally now, I feel like I'm finally, people are noticing how serious I am and how long I've been in this industry, and my reputation has always been, you know, clean from the beginning, so they can see I'm not here to just play games or just go in VIP areas with artists or whatever it is that girls are doing these days.
I see you talking about peng privilege.
Yeah, pretty privilege. So pretty privilege is something that people say exists. I say in some form, sometimes it does work, but really in this industry, being pretty or anything like that hasn't got me anywhere personally. I haven't.
You say the butters things are thriving.
How can you say that?
Female empowerment, guys. Female empowerment. Okay, every woman is beautiful in their own way. Okay?
No, what do you mean though? Do you mean like sometimes being pretty is not a privilege?
No, I'm saying like when people say it, like for example, guys would be like, "Oh, you must have it easy because you're pretty." No, it's not that. In fact, it makes it harder.
Yeah, because I can't remember which one it was. I heard you speaking earlier. Maybe it was one of your episodes.
Yeah,
and
episode
you were
one.
talking. Yeah, the first one. So you're talking about trying to work with people, men in the industry, and they're just trying to move to you.
Yeah.
This, like they're not taking you seriously.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
How do we combat that?
To be honest, you just gotta stand your ground. You just gotta keep sticking to what you're talking about and kind of let them know, and by the end of the convo you're going to understand if they're getting what you're saying or they're not, and you just kind of make your decision, forget this, or it is what it is, like you either want to work with me or you don't, but I'm not here to play. So
so it's something you've just got to adapt to yourself, but you still kind of got to deal with it.
It's so sad, man.
Do you have like different views on Lady First, like when you're discussing with your guests? Does it sometimes end up like you can't even reconcile?
To be honest, everyone there's no right or wrong answer. Everyone can voice their own opinion. The whole point is just to get different sides of it, and we don't all have to agree. No, not at all. Like even about the pretty privilege thing, Wada Semper was saying, let's not stunt now. Sometimes we like to stunt. Like girls do get their own way when blah blah blah. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right, but not all the time. Personally, I feel like that's been an issue for me rather than an advantage. But she was saying,
and
come on, not all the time.
And what can happen with that is someone can use something like, they go, oh look, this happened then, and then brush off everything anyone does, because from one occasion when it wasn't like that the whole rest of the time.
It's different for every woman. Every woman will tell you a different experience. Like even for me, I can tell you 5 where it worked in my favor and 5 where it didn't. You know, it's not always going to be the same experience.
I think because some people will look at you and think, you're pretty, you're about it, and you know you can get things easily, like in industries, etc., or gifts or whatever it is, or freebies or whatever. And then some people will look at you and think that's all you've got to offer.
Exactly.
And because of that, they don't even want to hear what you've got to say. And I think that's what the problem is. It's about being attractive, but it's about substance and what you've got to bring to the table.
Of course, and that's why I think it took so long. Like I said, I needed to prove myself, which is okay. It's annoying, but you know, with all the other ladies in the industry doing different things, you kind of do have to prove yourself and say, look, I'm here to work, and now my work speaks for itself and people can see what I've been doing over the years. So now they're like, okay, cool, we get it.
Sounds like man in my bare unprofessional.
You have no idea. There's guys that actually come into this industry to to just get girls. Like they have like DJ in their bio or, or whatever. Like they actually do that.
But they can
That's why Ben's here today.
No, but you can just draw a girl on the road though. You can just draw a girl on the road. It's a long thing.
No, but it's easier if you
come
say
interview and do research on the artist.
Okay, but is it not easier to say like, oh yeah, I manage so and so, or I DJ for this guy? You know, girls are more likely to be like, oh, okay. Like they're more likely to listen to you.
Man, them choose careers based on literally on that. Photographers and
photographers. Oh my God, don't get me started.
A lot of them are just perverts.
Yeah, and a lot of them are. You know what? A lot of them like to post online about, you're not a model because you're on Instagram. You're not a photographer either, mate.
Yeah, no, I can't lie. I know some of these men, but I just thought they're just like weirdos. I didn't think that was a common thread. You know the ones like.
I guess talk about the show. So who's been your favourite guest or discussion so far?
I don't know actually.
I was gonna ask that question.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, we'll give her the credit for it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, you know. I've had, like, they're all different. All the women that I've interviewed are different in different ways. But I think the more touchy subject, so next week we're releasing the one with Saffron J and Pixie, and it's about mental health.
Okay, cool.
And Saffron actually started crying on while we was recording, and she was like, I don't want to cry on camera, and we was like, okay, cut it. And me and her are like really good friends, so even I was shocked. I was just like, oh my God, I don't know what to do right now. But I was like trying to go along with it, but then we had a really good laugh afterwards. So I think I really enjoyed that one because it was like I saw a different side to people that I already know.
That sounds real man to me though.
What was she said?
Like, no, like when she started crying, you're like, oh.
No. I'll tell you why. I did that because we was filming. We was filming.
You didn't want to expose like.
So I was like,
this is really deep.
I don't know if people, because on camera you couldn't tell she was crying. You could only tell if it was like in front of you. So I was like, oh, okay, well, but it completely threw me off. Like I didn't, because now like my natural reaction is to get up and hug her. But then I was like, okay, I need to just keep the ball rolling right now. So then she was like, I don't want to cry on camera, and then I was just like, stop the camera, and then we kind of like, you okay, you good? But it was crazy, man.
You mentioned therapy before. Do you think this show and like process is quite therapeutic for yourself and the guests?
Definitely, because there's a lot of things that I talk about that I've never spoken about before.
Okay.
For example, in the second episode, which is about like the hijab and stuff, I spoke about how my dad forced me to wear hijab in order for me to go to school. He said you couldn't go to school if you didn't wear hijab. And I've never spoken about that ever before. Like I don't think anyone ever knew before that. Even like people I went to school with, no one knew. So I kind of spoke about it for the first time. And my mum saw the episode. My mum was like, why are you hotting your dad up like that? And I was like, Mum, look, I need to talk about what I need to talk. This is what the show is about. Like, I need to address certain things. And she was just like, oh my God, if your dad ever saw this. I was like, I don't care, he knows. We talk about it all the time. I always say to him, like, yo, I'm never going to really like forgive you for that because that was mad. Do you know what I mean?
You can't force things like that.
You can't, like, even in the religion, like, I'm Muslim, like, you're not allowed to force people to do things. Like, it's not part of the religion. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, just stuff like that. It's very therapeutic, even with the mental health thing. Like, first time I spoke out in public about that. So many different things on the topic that we just talk about, and I think for the women as well, they feel empowered and inspired to speak about things because they see me opening up, so they feel like, oh, I can speak about things. And everyone on set is all females as well, so it makes it easier for people to speak.
Okay, all the camera crew, etc.
Everybody on set. Everyone on set. So it's for women by women. So the reason we have only women on set is to make women feel comfortable to talk about certain topics as well. Like, you know, like right now, maybe they wouldn't really want to talk about certain things.
Now, why not?
Yeah, man. I think it's a great thing you're doing. Who would you love to have come on your show and be able to interview them? A dream guest.
Do you know what? I'm a huge fan of Nicki Minaj, so definitely Nicki Minaj.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm Team Cardi, by the way, all day.
I can't even believe this.
I meant to say that.
Are you hearing this?
I meant to say that at the start of the interview. I meant to start the interview with that, but I forgot.
Okay, good. Okay, cool.
I'm team both, and I want to see you lot fight it out.
Listen, Cardi can catch these hands like female empowerment, I'm pro women, but like Cardi could get it because shoe throwing was
you
not
feel like
classy.
Cardi's taking Nicki's style and trying to run with it?
Exactly.
Do you feel like Cardi's taking Nicki's style and running with it?
Hell no. Oh yeah, with her style, she definitely ran with the style, but she's not taking her place. Definitely not taking her place.
No, but the full Cardi fan
queen.
as well. He said that was one of the best albums to come out this year.
It was definitely one of the best albums.
The Cardi album.
The Cardi album. Yeah, you know what with Cardi, like, if it wasn't the Nicki situation, I would have no problem with Cardi. I actually think she's good.
But you take that personally.
I don't take it personally. But
I get it. When I was young, I didn't like Biggie.
No. Oh, God, he's a huge Biggie fan. Don't say that. Don't say that. Oh, my God.
Because I'm a pack flag. I didn't like Biggie. I didn't like Mobb Deep. I didn't like none of them. Over the years, I got to love some of them guys.
He's lying because he had them albums them times.
Yeah, I had them, but still.
Do you know what it is now?
However, until Tupac died, I didn't listen to no Mobb Deep.
Wow. I don't know. I'm kind of.
And they was amazing, so I was slipping.
Nah, do you know what? The Cardi thing, like, it's not a personal thing, but I just don't like when women are trying to, when you see someone like, everyone's against them, you're like, okay, let's just put everything on them because they're already the bad guy. So it's like, let's keep putting more dirt on them because it's going to look like it's true.
Oh, so you think she's bullying, like she's jumping in with the bandwagon?
Cardi, though.
No, but she's like saying that, there's what the story's about?
The way I get eyes rolled at me in this room.
Like the Atlantic Records coming for Nicki.
So you take Atlantic,
However, Cardi's catching charges. You don't think Nicki's calling police on her?
That wasn't because of that. That was because of the girls in the strip club that beat her man, and she can't control her man, so she's coming for the girls.
Okay.
Control her man.
Okay. Okay. She needs to control her man.
Yeah.
Leave Offset be. He's doing what he's supposed to do.
What's he supposed to do?
He's giving her a family. He's giving her enough.
I like this control her man thing though.
He's giving her enough.
He needs to.
Wow.
The control her man. I never really hear that. You always say control your woman. This is a real like feminist ladies first.
How?
He's a multi-millionaire, like celebrity.
Yeah, and
but like women are running up to him half naked at his hotel room.
Okay, so you think
to conduct himself like that?
So you think men don't run up to like women and like throw themselves at women?
Well, listen, Cardi, I think he should forgive her too. She's mad big. Do you know how many men are going to be running up her with their six packs out? No.
Oh my God! You know what? Y'all are trash.
I'm just playing.
I will say though, the new Cardi verse on that Taki Taki song, she went in on that.
What song is that?
It's DJ Snake, Ozuna, and Selena Gomez. You're supposed to be Team Cardi, some fake Team Cardi. Look at this. Look at this.
The exposure. I feel like Nicki won this argument by accident.
Yo, Bobs all day, every day.
We was talking before you got here about the grime game and women in the grime game. And like how there's no real Nicki Minaj or grime. You know what I'm saying? Like we haven't got to that stage.
I feel like, what's her name?
What, Lady Leisha?
No, what's her name? What's her name? Nole.
Yeah,
Nole took some freaky shit. Am I allowed to say? I'm sorry.
We avoided it, but
okay, sorry. So Nole took some freaky stuff sometimes.
Freaky
like
how?
Nicki, like how Nicki be talking.
Okay.
She didn't used to, but recently, and her Instagram, her image has changed.
What's that? A Kanye song? You're such a...
Yeah.
Oh, she did a cover of that,
She did a cover of that, and I really liked that. I was like, okay.
Yeah, Nole's one of the old names that was about.
I know.
But I feel like no one's about right now.
But
who's the grime female star of today?
You know what? Lady Leisha was like proper grime at one point, and I was like proper feeling her, like bars-wise.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's like, obviously I get it, at some point you have to like switch it up to make the money.
For kids.
She's kind of watered it down a bit. I don't know what's going on.
Nicki.
What? I heard something. What did I hear? I heard Nicki what? Nicki bin got bars, okay, please.
No, she does. She does.
Have you heard the Queen album?
I've heard it.
No, not yet.
I preferred the
Hard White is like one of my favorite.
I prefer the Cardi album though.
Okay, cool. I like them both.
Good. That's
no, I do. I actually really like.
But
the
which
Cardi
is
album.
better?
Of course, the Nicki album because it's got more substance.
Which is better, Abby?
I like both.
You see what we're doing here, though.
It depends what you're looking for.
See what we're doing here, though. We're pitting them against each other.
It depends what you're looking for. Like the Cardi one is just more vibes. You know, it's like the Migos. They have no substance, just vibes, you know. But with Nikki, you actually listen, you're like, oh my god, she's actually talking some stuff. She's more
Bad and Bougie is deep.
Anyway,
let's get
Versace's
serious.
a song about a clothing company. I'm just joking.
Alright. Getting serious for a minute. Young women, young girls watching your platform who maybe feel like they don't have nowhere to go to talk about these kind of things. What advice do you have for them?
So the platform is for women from 15 upwards. So growing up, I didn't have an older sister to speak to, and I couldn't speak to my mum about everything. So that's what Ladies First is for. So at any point, if any young ladies need advice on anything, they can contact us through Ladies First on social media, Ladies First LDN. Whatever questions they have, they can ask us. We want to know what they want to know more about as well. We'll make a episode about it. And we really just want to help.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Dope. Brilliant, man.
Is it yourself and how many others?
So I'm the presenter and the content producer, and then there's a co-producer, there's a videographer, and set design.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very small team, but yeah.
So when anyone contacts you via social media, is it you that will respond to them?
Most likely me.
Yeah?
There's someone else that runs the account as well, but most likely that it's going to be me.
So that's that personal touch.
Yeah, I'm a very I'm a bit of a control freak, so I try to do everything myself if I can.
At least you know it's done that way.
Yeah, exactly. So then I have no one to be mad at, and get it right the first time. So yeah, I try to do everything myself, but sometimes that's just not possible. Like I can't be behind the camera and in front of the camera.
Yeah, everyone
at
needs
the same time.
some
So yeah,
help. Oh, that's really good. That's amazing.
but yeah. Also, I help manage the bus party. I don't know if you guys have heard about the bus party. So they do one every month, and we do one every month. And we've got a Halloween one coming up. So we've got the Friday, the 26th of October, and Saturday, the 27th of October. And normally we do one bus, but we're doing 2 buses this time. So double the fun, double the people, and yeah, everyone gets to dress up, fancy dress, and come down, have a vibe. There's 4 drinks.
And do what?
It's a bus party, so you just kind of
Have a
vibe.
party.
Going like a bus party.
You know,
what is a
some
bus
wines,
party?
you know.
Is a
Special
bus
guest
party
performance.
a party on a bus? A party where you bus? A party where you?
Listen, I'm not. There's been a couple incidents, if you know what I mean.
Bus party.
Wow.
Listen, what happens on the bus stays on the bus, innit? Let's just
I'm
put it
coming to
that
the
way.
bus party, man.
Where do you get the tickets from?
So if you follow us on Instagram at the bus party, follow us at the bus party, yeah, and tickets are there. There's free drinks for half an hour. You can bring your own drinks on the bus.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can dress up whatever you want, like as a celebrity. We've got special guests on the night. So on the Friday we've got Loops, who's an Afro beats artist.
Dope.
And then Trey Avalon on the Saturday, he does more rap and dancehall music. So
Sick.
Okay.
Alright, one more thing I want to ask you is, since this platform is only for women, what should men be doing outside of this platform to support the issues that are spoken in it?
listening and taking it in.
Yeah.
And wow. See, you know when people say men are trash and I'm always defending them, yeah? You know when I'm always saying, no, not all men are trash, but you lot keep proving me wrong every day. I swear to God, man, I'm out here backing you lot.
Preach, sis,
I'm
preach.
backing you lot every day I'm like, girls, come on ladies, we're better than this. Not all men are trash. And you lot come here. And then I say, listen, and they say it's too much. Oh my God.
Not too much. I said that's the hardest part.
Hardest part. It's free, you know. It's free to listen. I swear to God.
I know, but the hardest things in life are free.
No, that's the best thing.
Wow. Listen, I was actually going to tell you guys, like, if there's a way we can give away two tickets. I wanted to do a little giveaway.
Oh, we can do
so
that.
I don't know
we
how
can
you
do
guys
that.
want to do it, but like, just thought I'd be generous.
Yeah. Oh, for the bus
For
party.
the bus party, yeah,
Oh
man.
yeah. We can
It
work
looks like
something
you
out.
wanna win a ticket.
I'm rolling to the bus party. On the bus.
Okay, you wanna hear a fun fact? Actually, one time, someone was like getting wined on the bus, and then the window broke.
Bruh, what was she doing?
The wine was so real, yeah.
The
was
window
it his daggering or her whining?
Come on, you know already.
I don't know.
I can't.
It's the first. It was him. He daggered her out the window. I'm coming to this bus party, rude boy.
Also, if you do have a ticket and you post a flyer, you get to win a glow in the dark Ciroc bottle. There's a chance to win it. So.
Dope.
So, yeah.
Well, we'll work something out where we can maybe ask people a question.
Yeah.
Tell people where they can find you, where they can find the series, and where they can watch it.
Okay, so Ladies First is at Ladies First LDN is the Instagram and Twitter. Our email's on there if you want to contact, if you want to be a guest on the show as well. Everyone's welcome. You don't have to be like from the industry or anything. It just depends on the topic. And the next one's coming out next week. What else? Oh, I have a PR launch coming up because I'm partnering up with a PR company called Omnipresent to help artists and other companies. That's going to be on the 26th of November. This is the first time I've mentioned it, by the way. I haven't even announced it yet, but I just wanted to. But yeah, so 26th of November, we're having a PR launch. My Instagram is at Hindzgram, so HINDZTAGRAM. And then my Twitter is Miss Hindzz with 2 Zs _.
Thank you for coming, man.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
And big up on your platform. I'm going to keep watching and listening. I'll try and make him do it as well.
Please do.
Listen, and listening to men is hard as well. Just listening to anyone.
Mandem second coming soon, yeah?
It's PyroRadio.com.
Keep it pyro.